Thanks for clicking. Toronto's Real Estate Board just released its data for the month of May, showing multiple price corrections throughout the GTA.
I'm waiting years for this payoff.
Indeed, the average, median, and benchmark prices of a home in Toronto all dropped from the previous month, and we saw a 39% drop in sales from this point in time last year. The data comes as little surprise as we received multiple reports throughout the month of May of a major shifting market in Toronto, with numerous reports of buyer's remorse, and the market moving very quickly towards a buyer's market. So what I want to do today is go over Toronto's real estate data for the month of May, discuss some of the shifts we're seeing in buyer behavior, and then go over what to look for next. Though Toronto's real estate market is a good bellwether for the rest of the country,
watch yourself, buddy, okay?
Except Alberta, we are expecting to get Canada-wide real estate data in within the next week or so. And we'll obviously have updates out on that data on this channel. If you want to get those updates, make sure you click like and subscribe. But for now, let's get into May's data. Onto the data. Toronto's benchmark price, if you'll remember, in April was $1,354,000, and that price went down in May to $1,261,000. So over a $90,000 decrease in the benchmark price just from April to May. And these decreases also showed up in the average price of a home in Toronto. When we look at April's data, we saw the average price was sitting at $1,254,000 and change, and that price dropped down to $1,212,806. So that's a $40,000 drop from the month of April, but that's a $121,000 drop from the high that we saw in February. We also saw the median price of a home in Toronto drop in May. The median price, if you'll remember, is the price where half as many sold for under that price and half as many sold over that price. The median price of a home in Toronto in April was $1,098,000, and that price dropped another $48,000 in May down to $1,050,000. Homes are also going for less money over asking in Toronto. The sales to list price ratio measures how much homes go over the asking price. So if the asking price is $100,000,
in your dreams.
I know not in Toronto, but as an example. So if the asking price is $100,000 and the home sells for $110,000, the sales to list price ratio is $110,000. The SLPR in Toronto in April was 107, and that dropped down to 103 in May. So on average, homes in Toronto are going for 3% over listing price, which is down from 8% that we saw in April. We also saw the amount of inventory increase as well. The months of inventory measurement, that's where if no other homes hit the market, how fast would Toronto run out of listings? In April, Toronto had 0.9 months worth of listings, and that went up to 1 month worth of listings in May. So the amount of listings compared to the amount of buyers is increasing, and this is definitely reflected in the prices with price reductions all across the board throughout Toronto. The benchmark price, the average price, the median price, and the amount of homes going over listing, or the percent that they do go over listing, all reduced in May. And like we said, these numbers are no surprise given the amount of stories of buyer's remorse coming out of Toronto throughout the month of May. Buyer's remorse becomes a real worry in a market shift, and this time was no different. If you remember in our Don't Get Sued video, when the market shifts, when prices start to correct, buyers start trying to back out of deals, and people get sued. And we're starting to see more and more of this in Toronto as this market continues to shift. Toronto lawyer Mark Norris noted that he's seen 9 cases where buyers wanted to back out of deals and were approached by 3 sellers in one day asking about their options when buyers wanted to back out. Typically, Morris noted that he would only see 1 inquiry of people wanting to back out of deals, but in May alone, he saw 9 buyers and 3 sellers wanting to know what to do. Big evidence of a major market shift, and we've talked about this before on this channel. We saw very much the same thing when the market shifted in 2018 as well, and a lot of buyers got sued. In another case of buyer's remorse, the Toronto Star noted one buyer having purchased for $1.3 million, and then only to see bigger houses in the same neighborhood sold for $1.1 million. And these shifts are expected to happen in a shifting market. $121,000 difference in price in just a little over a few months. So you very well could have bought in February with a 120-day closing, and the house that you bought is now worth $121,000 at least, less than it was, and you haven't even closed yet. So we're probably going to see more and more of these stories as this market shift goes on. If you're a buyer out there, I do strongly suggest that you watch the Don't Get Sued video, as it's ultra important to protect yourself when the market is shifting. You don't want to see yourself get sued. We will continue to have updates on the real estate market in Canada and track this shift along with the Bank of Canada's interest rates, which seem to be driving this major market reduction. If you want to get those updates, make sure you click like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.